excitement. We pick up the story just after the throw-in. There's no score as yet, and your commentator is Micheál O'Murray-Hertig.
The Leinster minor football final, Meath in green playing against Dublin in blue. The title vacant, Kildare were the winners last year. This is Dublin centre-back Brendan Murray. Senan Moylan trying to get the ball for Dublin. This is Senan Moylan, the full forward. Brian Barnes breaking the ball down. John Brady, Meath's goalkeeper, shouldered out over the line, a 50 or a 45 for Dublin. Still no score in this game. Dublin's midfielder, Pat Cassels. Knocked down by Brian Barnes in the corner back. Ken Woods there right across his own goal. Full back there, the ball by Brian Barnes. Brian Barnes across to Derek Howard in the opening score of the game. A goal for Dublin by Derek Howard, the number 10. And there's Derek Howard, the scorer of the opening score of this game. There's the Meath defence taking the ball right across the goal, then the hop that didn't work, and there's Brian Barnes rounding his man, and then Derek Howard all on his own, no defender between him and the goal, so a goal for Dublin. Same Derek again, kicking the ball in, held inside by the full-back, this time Kevin Cahill. Martin McGrath for Meath on the 70-yard line. Dublin defenders great to stay with their man. A chance now for the corner forward on the Meath team, Glenn Gordon. And Glenn Gordon has got Meath's opening score. Number 13 on the Meath team there, Glenn Gordon. So it's a point for Meath and 1 goal for Dublin, 8 minutes gone. This is Billy Shaw on the ball almost on the 50-yard line. A score apiece, a goal for Dublin, a point for Meath, but now a second point for Meath. The scorer there, Billy Shaw. 10 minutes gone, a goal for Dublin, 2 points for Meath. Dublin attacking again. Dublin with blue. This is Brian Barnes, always out ahead of his man. 40 yards out, the high kick in. And here comes Desi Farrell. Desi Farrell with a good shot in a second score, a second goal for Dublin. Desi Farrell, the scorer this time. And there's Desi. Right corner forward, but the Meath defenders could be blamed there all across on the one side of the goal. Nobody in this side as Desi Farrell came in to take his goal. So 2 scores apiece, 2 goals for Dublin, 2 points for Meath, 11 minutes gone. Larry McCormick there on the line, getting a free for Meath. 70 yards out from the Dublin goal, Hogan Stand, side of Croke Park. Martin McGrath with the kick, getting it in towards the 21-yard line. This is the full forward on the Meath team, Martin Kirk, a good player, right into Larry McCormick. Larry McCormick, the ball blocked by Conor Kavanagh, well blocked by Conor Kavanagh, out to the full back. Meath's full forward trying to get at it, Martin Kirk, but it goes wide this time, so it's still 2 scores apiece, 2 goals for Dublin, 2 points for Meath. Aaron Smith for Meath. Meath doing quite well. But Brian Barnes again out ahead of his man. His man Ken Woods on the Meath team, the right corner back, so it's a free into Dublin outside the 50-yard line. Held inside again by Senan Moylan, but blocked well by John Brady, the goalkeeper. John Brady, the Meath goalkeeper, out over the line, and there is Senan Moylan. Meath's corner forward again, Glenn Gordon. This is the full forward, Martin Kirk. Martin Kirk out to the wing again towards Glenn Gordon's corner and back into the centre to Billy Shaw. kicked by Billy Shaw, and well kicked by Billy Shaw. The third point of the game for Meath. 3 points for Meath. 2 goals and a point for Dublin. At this stage, 17 minutes gone, and there's Billy Shaw. Meath right half back, Cathal Brick. Out towards the centre of the field, and Terry McGarry. A free to the Meath man. And a warning for a Dublin player as the ball is sent down quickly in the full forward, Martin Kirk again. Martin Kirk into the right half forward, Martin McGrath, but the ball goes right across the goal, out over the line and wide. A good chance there for the Meath man. Dublin good to stay and mark their men. Meath centre-back Aaron Smith getting the ball past the halfway stage again on the 50-yard line, and Martin Kirk. Big player, a very impressive player, and the ball coming in and a chance again for the half-forward Martin McGrath, and a good save there by Derek Farrell, Dublin's goalkeeper. Well blocked by a very alert goalkeeper, Derek Farrell. Out to his right half-back, Tony Boyle. Very near the sideline. In fact, the linesman says the ball went out over the line. Cornerback in the Dublin team, Pádraig McManus. Pádraig playing well, believes in the long ball out of defence. The ball flicked forward by Derek Howard. This time the Meath cornerback, Ken Woods, got there in front of Brian Barnes, a free to Meath. Dublin cornerback again, Pádraig McManus. Playing very well in that position for the Dublin team. Senan Moylan waiting for the... This is Senan Moylan again. Senan Moylan, a good pass in towards Desi Farrell. Desi Farrell with a good shot and another goal for Dublin. Their third of the game. 7 minutes before half-time, and there's Desi Farrell again. And again, great play and great vision by the Dublin full forward, Senan Moylan, son of Mick Moylan, cornerback in the Dublin team of the 50s. And there's Desi Farrell with the third goal for Dublin. Free taken quickly in a challenge there on Damien Doonan. Meath men attacking and Larry McCorn. Glenn Gordon. Sent in by Damien Doonan again, wide towards Martin Kirk. Martin with John Jordan inside him. John, the Dublin full-back. Glenn Gordon getting the ball out to Billy Shaw inside the 21-yard line. Good covering there by the Dublin defence, and back goes John Jordan. Son of Tony Jordan, the referee, has kick blocked. A chance for the Meath men. The ball off the crossbar, right across the goal. Didn't stay in play, out over the line, and a let-off for Dublin then. Approaching half-time as Derek Howard gets the ball for Dublin out around the centre of the field. Referee with a word of friendly advice for one of the Meath players, and quite a big crowd here in Croke Park for the semi-final. The winners play Galway in 2 weeks' time in the semi-final of the All-Ireland Championship. Brian Barnes trying to do his bit for Dublin, and Brian Barnes getting a neat point there. A John Egan type of point for the Dublin Miners, the scorer Brian Barnes. John Brady's kick out towards the centre of the field again. Dublin doing well in the centre of the field, but half forward Larry McCormick very busy for Meath. Still kept in play, cleared out by Conor Cavan. Conor Cavan, and the kick blocked down, the Tony O'Boyle's kick blocked down, and line ball on the far side of the field. Line ball for Dublin. Pádraig McManus again. The long kick well past the centre of the field, held by the centre forward Brian Steins. Brian Steins, the ball into the centre again, and Meath improving in the centre of the field. This is Terry McGarry. Centre half back, Aaron Smith. John Jordan, the full back, in there again for Dublin on his own 21-yard line, surrounded. Getting the ball out towards the wing of the far side of the field. Meathman trying to get a score before half-time. Billy Shaw's kick smothered again, and back there is Desi Farrell. Desi Farrell, the forward, who's already scored 2 goals for Dublin, getting the ball past the centre of the field. Whistle and a free for Meath, approaching half-time. Well held by Martin Kirk, a great player, Martin Kirk, the full forward, and a very good kick from Martin Kirk, all the way over the bar. A point for Meath there, their 5th of the game. 3 goals and 2 points for Dublin at this stage. Another free to Meath outside the 50-yard line, well, on the 50-yard line. Billy Shaw with a chance of getting another point before half-time from the 50-yard line, high enough and long enough over the bar. Meath's 6th point in the first half, 3 goals and 2 points for Dublin at this stage. So 5 points between the teams as we start the second half. Meath needing a score pretty quickly in this half. They're 5 points behind, playing down towards the railway goal in the second half. Feed coming a little bit high from Martin Kirk, who's moved out the field for the second half. Dublin had been doing well around the centre of the field, so Martin Kirk, who's an extremely good full forward, has been moved out by the Meath selectors. John Jordan is okay, and play will resume with a free to Dublin. Brendan Murray, the centre-back, to kick it. Pass that goes astray. Derek Howard got the opening score of this game, and the left-footed kick in towards the 21-yard line again. Plenty of defenders there. One of them is Kevin Cahill. Kevin, the full-back, surrounded by Dublin players. Overplays the ball, so it's a free into Dublin, a chance to get the opening score of the second half. A score that, if they're to get it, this should put them well on the way to a place in the semi-final against Galway, taken by Derek Howard and sent over the bar, so Dublin now lead by 6 points, 3-3 to 6 points. Martin Kirk trying to rally Meath. They need scores badly at this stage, but Dublin, as they've been doing right through the game, staying with their men. This is the full-back Kevin Cahill, trying to do it on his own. Kevin Cahill gone past the 50-yard line. But Kevin's kick sliced off the side of the boot will make the sideline. Cusack stand side of the field. And Hill 16 in a state of disrepair in the background. The line ball for Dublin. Dublin now well in control. Dublin players everywhere. This is David Quinlivan. Full forward in the Dublin team. Senan Moylan, a lovely pass into Brian Barnes, and the 14, the 4th goal of the game. Brian Barnes the scorer this time, but again that goal set up by Senan Moylan, the full forward who always looks around and finds the man. This is Brian Barnes having received the pass, and then a lovely right-footed kick. Dublin's 4th goal. 4-6 for Dublin at this stage. 7 points for Meath, and the game as good as over. And there's the Dublin captain, Gerard O'Regan, receiving the cup from a very slim-looking Jack Bootman, chairman of the Leinster Council. And very, very happy Dublin players there looking on. They're in the All-Ireland semi-final. They'll play Galway in 2 weeks' time.
Well, that gave the Dubs fans something to cheer about on